Has anybody else started to reach their breaking point or a boiling point? So this is starting to look like a country that I am no longer proud to have served. I've been working my entire adult life, and I have paid half or more than half back to the government in some way, shape, or form in taxes for the past 30 years. And if you don't believe me, look up everything that you have that is taxed. State income tax, federal income tax, property taxes, payroll taxes, Medicare taxes, Medicaid taxes, sales taxes. Everything is taxed. Everything. And we have a political apparatus where half of them say that if you don't keep us in power, we will steal from you so that we can import people that will. So shut up and go back to work. And another side of the aisle that is either in on it or is totally complete chicken shit and won't do anything about it and won't even try to actually represent the people that vote for them. Is anybody else getting to a point where we feel like we cannot vote our way out of this? Where does that leave us? Because nothing is going to happen about the fraud. Nothing. All of the fraud that Elon Musk and Doge exposed, the Republican Congress put it on the back burner and refused to fucking vote on it. Turned around to the American voter that put them in power and extended one of these. It doesn't matter what we do. This situation is completely freaking unsustainable. Totally and completely unsustainable. It's a waste of time to vote, and it's a waste of energy to pay taxes so that we can give it to people that are going to steal from us. And then we can send it to other countries that hate us. And we can send it to people in the European Union that look down their nose at the American worker and say, good little bitch, go back to work. It's putting us in a helpless situation, and I don't think the people in Washington living in that bubble realize the anger that is fuming outside of the borders of that city. And I am not interested in watching another fucking theatrical congressional hearing where a couple of ballsy Republicans bitch out a fucking corrupt leftist and then nothing happens. Accountability and a fucking tax strike is what needs to happen.
This Venezuelan migrant recently went on a live stream to tell us about some of the cool benefits she's been receiving in New York City. No one will remove us from here, not even Trump will get us out. Then she says, you know, I've been suffering from, I've been having dental issues. So I had surgery recently, and they helped me with 4 teeth, but the appointments were far away, unfortunately. Then here she says, I'm in New York. I want to leave New York, but I don't have my papers yet. It's nice here, but working without papers, it's horrible. I'm desperate, to be honest. Then she keeps communicating with the comment section, and she says, I'm fairly new. I've been here for only 6 months. Only 6 months since I got here. And then someone asked her, wow, what about your nails? How much were they? She says it was $50 to get them done. But this was maintenance, and that was an additional $30. Oh, it's only a 6-month free hotel stay. No big deal. An average hotel room for a migrant costs around $350 a night. That means that she's been getting roughly over $60,000 worth of hotel accommodations. When was the last time that any of you received a 6-month hotel freebie? I hope President Trump does the right thing.
Because now we're seeing what appears to be the early stages of a nationwide tax strike starting to brew. And let me say this up front, because as a YouTuber, I honestly don't know how this is going to perform on YouTube. Because when you start throwing into question the money we are giving bureaucrats, let's just say strange things start happening. So do me a massive favor, like this video, subscribe, hit that bell notification, and watch to the end, because all of those things will force videos like mine to be pushed to a wider audience. But I want to be very clear. I'm not encouraging anything. I am simply reporting on what I'm seeing. So I'm doing a little bit of CYA. I'm showing you the conversations that are bubbling up right now because people are furious about where their tax dollars are going.
¿Y por cuánto tiempo han estado quedándose aquí en el Rojo Hotel?
Desde que yo llegué, de julio,
¿Cuántos meses es eso?
como 7 meses.
¿Y han tenido que pagar alojamiento?
No, nada, no he pagado nada.
Es 100% gratis.
Sí, sí.
¿Y le dan almuerzo, desayuno?
Sí, nos
Sí, le dan
cosas
comida.
del niño, personales, nos dan pañales, lo que necesiten ellos.
¿Y ahí en el hotel hacen limpieza de las cuartos?
Sí, así.
Sí, todos los días hacen limpieza, cambian las sábanas, hacen aseo.
¿Todos los días hacen eso?
Sí, todos los días.
¿Han poder conseguir trabajo ustedes?
No.
No.
Yo
ahorita
no.
Si ustedes tuvieran un problema de medicina, ¿cómo podrían recibir ayuda con eso?
Bueno, con una tarjeta, la del seguro de Medicare.
Y la Metro Plus, nosotros tenemos la Metro Plus y eso nos abarca el seguro que nosotros necesitamos para los niños y también nosotros nos beneficiamos de eso.
¿Se sintieron apoyados gracias a nuestro presidente Joe Biden?
Bueno, sí, porque si no estamos trabajando ni nada, él es el que nos está ayudando prácticamente.
Are you living in the shelter? Yeah. Yeah, what do you get in the shelter? They give you food?
Yeah.
Do you give you a bed?
Yeah.
How long have you been in the shelter system for in New York?
5 months.
5 months you've been in New
5
York?
months, yeah.
Okay, are you working while you're here?
No, I don't.
Okay, why aren't you working?
I'm looking. I'm going looking work.
You're looking for work.
I mean, this is crazy. This guy is wearing nice clothing, he gets free food and shelter, and he's not working. It's a pretty sweet deal after coming here illegally.
And this isn't just coming from fringe voices. We're talking about reporters, influencers, comedians, and even politicians openly calling for a nationwide tax strike.
Things could be so different, but we have a group of entitled rulers, quote unquote, that believe that they rule over us and they take half of our shit our entire lives. And then when you die, they take 60% of what you fucking accumulated and have already paid taxes on. We are not fucking free. There is no difference between what we do here and what they do in North Korea, where they tell them, oh, you're free, we're the greatest, we're the best, but they can't see what the fuck is going on anywhere, okay? Most Americans have never been out of the country.
No.
And if they have, it's to fucking Mexico or Canada.
Don't count.
Okay? They've never been
Off this continent.
exactly,
Yeah. No.
bro.
No, they haven't.
This is all bullshit. This is all bullshit. There's a reason that the wealthiest people in the world are moving to Dubai and places in the Far East. There's a reason for it. Taxation was never meant to be a permanent thing anyway.
No.
And it just went more and more and more and more. Dude, 20-year-old kids in 1776 literally killed motherfuckers over 3% tax.
On T.
Yeah, and what are we doing?
Yeah. Yeah. Tax me harder, daddy.
Yeah. Oh, well, I don't know. I don't want to fucking disrupt. I don't want to rock the boat. Motherfucker, if you don't rock the boat, there ain't going to be no boat.
Yeah, but if I don't pay taxes, Andy, how will the Somalians start their daycares and take care of all those Somali kids?
Every American should highly consider organizing and not paying fucking tax, period.
That alone should tell you just how heated this has become. People are starting to ask some very basic questions. Why are we paying taxes when our money appears to be going to fraudulent programs and third world migrants instead of the people who earned it?
Her food stamp balance, let me make sure I'm getting this right, on her EBT card, her taxpayer funded EBT card, her food stamp balance is $13,401.82 for 1 month. That's this individual's food stamp balance for 1 month. Okay? Because when you use your EBT card, it leaves a record of the balance after you've gone to the store and spent it, whatever. But somehow this bitch who has literally never, and yeah, I said it, I'm going to say it again. This bitch who has never paid anything into the system is somehow worthy to get $13,401.82. Cash balance is $4,498.85. The fuck? I really do need a goodie powder. That's just one. That's one of them.
No raids, no arrests, no FBI storming in. So people are asking, what exactly is going on here?
Every American should highly consider organizing and not paying fucking tax, period.
People are calling for a 2026 tax strike over government waste.
Why is it immigrants always have the nicest cars?
And we want some people locked up, prosecuted, behind bars for the rest of their lives.
Ladies and gentlemen, we have some absolutely massive news. So some pretty wild things are coming out of this fallout from Nick Shirley's massive expose in Minnesota. And this one is extremely interesting because now we're seeing what appears to be the early stages of a nationwide tax strike starting to brew. And let me say this up front, because as a YouTuber, I honestly don't know how this is going to perform on YouTube, because when you start throwing into question the money we are giving bureaucrats, let's just say strange things start happening. So do me a massive favor, like this video, subscribe, hit that bell notification, and watch to the end, because all of those things will force videos like mine to be pushed to a wider audience. But I want to be very clear. I'm not encouraging anything. I am simply reporting on what I'm seeing. So I'm doing a little bit of CYA. I'm showing you the conversations that are bubbling up right now because people are furious about where their tax dollars are going. And this isn't just coming from fringe voices. We're talking about reporters, influencers, comedians, and even politicians openly calling for a nationwide tax strike.
So I made a post a couple months ago asking, why is it immigrants always have the nicest cars? Why do immigrants always have brand new cars? Oh, it's because our tax dollars are fucking paying for it.
That alone should tell you just how heated this has become. People are starting to ask some very basic questions. Why are we paying taxes when our money appears to be going to fraudulent programs and third world migrants?
A tax strike is literally the only option that we have left to truly bring change to this country. We cannot rely upon our vote and our elected officials anymore. If you can't see at this point that their only interest is to line their own pockets, then you deserve to die as a slave to the system. I have a question for the American taxpayer. How many years have you worked and watched your hard-earned tax dollars spent on shit you didn't even vote for? Year after year goes by, administration after administration, and it's still the same thing. I don't know about you, but I'm beyond tired. I would rather watch the literal collapse of this corrupt system and everything that would come with that than watch another day go by where one more dollar runs through the hand of these worthless politicians. They don't care about the American people, and it's time we stand up and do something about it peacefully. What's the best way to do that? Hit them where it hurts, their pockets. Every aspect of our lives is taxed. Think about it. They tax us on our paychecks. They tax us on the homes we live in. They tax us on the food we eat and even the cars we drive. Literally every aspect. For what? To allow them to enrich themselves? Laundering our money for causes that we aren't even in support of. This is simple. We voted for accountability and Americans to be put first, period. Do you notice that every time Netanyahu goes to the White House, he receives billions of dollars in our tax money? I don't give a shit what blackmail they have on our politicians. They are not getting one more penny. Don't you see that this is the only way moving forward? Mark my words, bookmark this video. 2026 will go down in the history books where Americans stood up and actually brought change to this country. I'm done making corrupt politicians and foreign leaders rich. It ends here, it ends now.
Instead of the people who earned it, instead of bettering just everyday American society, instead of making our cities safer, instead of making us safer, instead of making our lives better, improving our lives, why is it that you can walk up to a childcare center that looks obviously fraudulent, expose it to tens of millions of people, and nothing happens? No raids, no arrests, no FBI storming in. So people are asking, what exactly is going on here? The outrage is real and it's growing fast. And this is exactly how things escalate when people feel like the system isn't responding, it isn't enforcing the law, and it isn't protecting taxpayers. I want to show you this. This is a trending topic on X right now. And this is just a summary of what we're seeing when it comes to this topic. This is trending right now. And of course, I mean, there's no surprise over this. I've thought this 100 times since I started seeing the Somali fraud be exposed. Why are we paying taxes if this is what our taxes are going to? And when we find out that our taxes are going to massive fraud schemes, and this is really being revealed, this is not just in Minnesota, it's being revealed literally across the nation. People are going to some of these Somali daycare centers and some of these transportation centers. It's not just daycares, it's transportation centers too, but really the daycares are the one that are kind of hitting the national spotlight because that's what Nick Shirley exposed. Why is it that our tax dollars, millions upon millions, are going to these obviously fraudulent businesses? It's exposed. Nothing's happening. There's a lot of people talking about it, but it appears that it's only all talk. And this has been going on for years and years and years. And this is starting to really enrage people. And this stuff is bubbling to the surface where people are calling for a 2026 tax strike over government waste. And this is a summary of the tweets that we are seeing right now. Take a look at this. Frustration over the $38.4 trillion national debt, foreign aid spending like $32.5 billion in fiscal year 2025, and scandals such as the Pentagon's failed audit and alleged Minnesota childcare fraud has led thousands to push for a 2026 tax revolt or strike. And we're going to get into some of the specific tweets by some of these major figures. One of them, Representative Marjorie Taylor Greene, amplified the call, saying nearly every Trump voter she sees online is ready to join, while influencers like Andy Frisella, he is the CEO of a supplement company, urge civil disobedience to force change. Skeptics highlight risks like IRS penalties and note most 2025 taxes were already withheld, with experts doubting mass action despite the online buzz as tax season nears. So this is starting to reach a national conversation. There is a lot of major figures who are calling for this. But I want to bring you to Marjorie Taylor Greene. This is what she said. She's been retweeting and amplifying these calls for a nationwide tax strike. First, she retweeted Hodge twins. So the Hodge twins said, "What are the feds going to do if we all just stop paying taxes?" That's what they retweeted. Marjorie Taylor Greene quote tweeted them, said, "Millions of Americans refusing to pay taxes that are used to fund scams and foreign wars should wake Washington up." And also, she retweeted Sovereign Bra. Now, most of you probably don't know who this guy is, but he goes on a lot of large podcasts. He's got a pretty right-wing outlook on the world, says a lot of good stuff. And he said, "I think it's time for a nationwide tax strike." And Marjorie Taylor Greene, she retweeted this, and she said, "Nationwide tax strike incoming." Also, that's not all, ladies and gentlemen. I mean, this is reaching a parabolic scale because now we have massive comedian. This comedian has a massive audience. Not only is he funny, not only does he go and he performs for sold out arenas, he also has one of the largest podcasts in existence. Yes, it's right under Joe Rogan. Theo Vaughn, he tweeted this. He said, very, very simple question. What are we paying taxes for? Yes, that is actually a very Good question, Theo Vaughn. What are we paying taxes for? And then I want you to look at this. Graham Allen. Many of you probably know who Graham Allen is. Podcaster, conservative, Republican. He said, I support a national tax strike. Insanity is insanity, and the only way to get their attention is to hit them in their corrupt pocketbook. Very interesting. Now let's go to, this is Andy Frisella. He is CEO. He is the CEO of First Form. It's a supplement company, nutritional supplement company. Very wealthy individual. He's very knowledgeable what it takes to run a business, and he calls for a national tax strike. And this man also has a very large audience. Take a listen to Andy Frisella.
Things could be so different, but we have a group of entitled rulers, quote unquote, that believe that they rule over us, and they take half of our shit our entire lives. And then when you die, they take 60% of what you fucking accumulated and have already paid taxes on. We are not fucking free. There is no difference between what we do here and what they do in North Korea, where they tell them, oh, you're free, we're the greatest, we're the best, but they can't see what the fuck is going on anywhere. Okay, most Americans have never been out of the country.
No.
And if they have, it's to fucking Mexico or Canada.
Don't count.
Okay, they've never been
off this continent.
Exactly,
no,
bro.
No, they haven't.
This is all bullshit. This is all bullshit. There's a reason that the wealthiest people in the world are moving to Dubai and places in the Far East. There's a reason for it. Taxation was never meant to be a permanent thing anyway.
No.
And it just went more and more and more and more. Dude, 20-year-old kids in 1776 literally killed motherfuckers over 3% tax.
On tea.
Yeah, and what are we doing?
Yeah. Tax me harder, daddy.
Yeah. Oh, well, I don't know. I don't want to disrupt. I don't want to rock the boat. Motherfucker, if you don't rock the boat, there ain't going to be no boat.
Yeah, but if I don't pay taxes, Andy, how will the Somalians start their daycares and take care of all those Somali kids?
Every American should highly consider organizing and not paying fucking tax, period.
And everything he just said is absolutely correct. What is going on? Why are we as Americans, all of our money, all this money is extracted from our paychecks, and, we are supposed to be the ones that it goes to benefit. And what it really looks like to me is a giant Ponzi scheme where they just do whatever they want with our money. We don't have really any say in it. Our politicians, they go to Washington, and what happens? They are looped into this system where the money just has these predetermined routes that they go. And we are just now starting to glimpse that a lot of this money is going to people who are third world migrants. And, that's like almost like such a slap in the face to Americans, because we know when it comes to, foreign spending more tax money on foreign wars, we know all that stuff, but somehow we can stomach that. When it comes down to these third world migrants who are coming into our country, ruining our country, we had a massive influx under Joe Biden, 15 to 20 million illegal immigrants, and people who really are not like American citizens. Like they came here, I guess, legally somehow. They're here legally under some sort of visa. So maybe they're here, and there's some of these people in these groups we can't do anything about, but they're not citizens who have been here for generations. When we see our money being able to be extracted by these scammers who don't have any respect for our society, they don't have any respect for our laws, any of this, and then our politicians completely allowing this. That is the straw that breaks the camel's back for a lot of Americans.
You're going to continue to do this and that. We did not pay for our taxes for that. It's time for no taxation without representation. We're tired of people getting off, not going to jail. Tim Walsh should be in jail. Ilhan Omar should be in jail. Anybody who have committed government crimes should be in jail. We are tired of our money going elsewhere. We tired of prisoner telling the doggone president that he's not going to allow him to come in and get rid of these illegal immigrants. We're tired of Brandon Johnson. We're tired of these blue states putting up these doggone lawsuits against the president of the United States of America because he want to get these illegal immigrants out. We're tired of Trump also. Don't get it twisted. We're tired of Trump not doing enough for the middle class. We're tired of Netanyahu. We're tired of money going to Ukraine. We're tired of all this bullshit. It's time for no taxation without representation. We're tired of this. We need time for us to tell them, if you're not dedicated to the United States of America, if you're not going to pledge your allegiance to the flag of the United States of America, We want you out of office. It's time for them to put every progressive, liberal, rhino, Republican, anybody who's not pledging allegiance to the United States of America, it's time for them to go. No taxation without representation. And if just 1/3 of people file exempt just for 6 weeks, this government will come crumbling to its knees. And I know some of y'all gonna say, well, if we do that, then people not gonna get their food stuff. The government gonna be shut down. Be for real, the Democrats shut the government down and people didn't get their food stuff back in October. And we were still paying taxes. We were still working, still paying taxes, and they shut the government down. So if we're gonna have this fight, let's have this fight for the American people and the middle class. It is time for us to put them on blast, to let them know you work for us, we don't work for you. You're gonna get your shit together, or you're gonna continue to get out of the office, and we're gonna continue to not pay our taxes because we pay their salary. Every time taxes come out of our check, we're paying their salary. Every time taxes come out of our check, we're paying for these illegal immigrants to live better than we are in our own country. Every time we pay our taxes, we're giving money to Ukraine, to Israel, to Netanyahu, to Hamas, to whoever is getting it. Everybody's getting it but the middle class. The middle class is working and we're the ones that's suffering. It's time for no taxation without representation. I get it. Not everybody's going to be able to do it. And I know some people going to be afraid to do it. Because if you're afraid to do it, I understand. And those who owe taxes and stuff, you can't do it. But if you didn't owe any taxes last year and you don't owe any taxes now, you can do it. If you just go in there and file exempt just for a month, trust me, it will bring the government to their knees and they will wake the fuck up and know that we're not playing. It's time for no taxation without representation. And it is what it is.
When it's time to go, you can choose how. You can wait for enforcement, or you can leave on your terms. The CBP Home app lets you self-deport with dignity, directly and securely. Don't wait, decide how it ends.
Crying harder, crying harder. Trump is your president. Crying harder, crying harder. Trump is your president.
On the 3 unfired casings read, "Hey fascist!" catch! Do
you think Donald Trump is a fascist?
Yes, I do.
No one has ever been more dangerous to this country than Donald Trump, and he is a fascist to his core.
Hey, let me shut down the city! We are at war!
We're in a war right now.
We are at war.
So you have to be willing to do whatever is necessary in order to save the country.
And that's why the gloves are off.
Donald Trump and the MAGA Republicans represent an extremism that threatens the very foundations of our republic.
And yes, there are many threats to democracy. We see it with these extreme candidates.
I just don't even know why there aren't uprisings all over the country, and maybe there will be.
But you can only push people so far. And then they start to take matters into their own hands.
What the American public want is for us to bring actual weapons to this bar fight. This is an actual fight.
You know, this is literally call to arms.
The MAGA movement is a threat.
But Michelle says that, when they go low, we go high.
No. With all due respect, if they go low, we don't go high.
When they go low, we kick them.
We take them to the mud and choke them out.
And make sure that they stay down. And you know what? Kick them when they're down, because they deserve it.
Get up in the face of some Congress people.
We are going to be in your face. We are going to be on your...
We have to fight this in the streets.
We're going to fight it in the streets. It's time to step out of your comfort zone and step out into the streets.
To our Republican colleagues, if you do not see the light, we will bring the fire. Resist! You and your little friend off of Twitter. Y'all about to find out.
And if you see anybody from that cabinet in a restaurant, in a department store, at a gasoline station, you get out and you create a crowd. And you push back on them. And you tell them they're not welcome anymore, anywhere.
He's not going to have a third term. He may not finish this term.
That's the last few days you woke up thinking there might be news. Just saying. Just saying. There will be news sometime. Just so you know, there will be news.
want to be remembered for courage for my faith. That would be the most important thing. Most important thing is my faith in my life.
But if you're not happy in the U.S., if you're complaining all the time, very simply, you can leave. You can leave right now. Come back if you want. Don't come back. It's okay too. But if you're not happy, you can leave.